It still feels pretty weird not having the Evo in the garage, but let's continue to take advantage of the extra garage space and get the Audi back in here. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. This is probably going to be the first stage of getting rid of all the silver on my wife's Audi SQ5. We're going to start with the largest piece and go from there, I think. One thing I do not like about this car is the big silver grille here in the front. Fog lights are kind of meh. It looks okay, but honestly, it's gonna look a lot better black. So got some black fog light area things there. There's no fog lights on this thing, but these little guys, vents, whatever you want to call them, we'll get those off of there and put some black ones of those in there, and that should change the entire look of the front of this car. So let's start getting the bumper off, I suppose. And pop. This thing has the biggest hood latch opener I've ever seen. I mean, just look at this thing. This entire thing right here is for the hood. Golly nids, I have got to do something about this very, very soon. Ugh. I'm gonna grab my plastic trim pop tools and hit these two spots right here, pop this guy off of here, and then we'll work on the trim on the sides. Just gonna get right into it. You know what I mean? This guy's gonna have to come off somehow. Huh? Aha, that's pretty nifty. Just push in this little button right here on the back of the handle and it just slides right off. Come on now. There we go. And there we go, that should be that. Okay. So we gotta have a Torx bit for here, 1, 2. And I'm gonna pop the fender trim off because that has to come off a little bit, at least a quarter of the way around the fender well to get to the hardware for the bumper. So let me grab that. You look like you're gonna be a 25. Perfect. A 1. And I say this is probably going to be stage 1 because we got silver mirrors, that's not going to work. We got silver trim around the windows, that's also not going to work. And we got silver roof rails, that's also not going to work. And then of course we have the silver logos on the back of the car, and that's also just not going to work. Granted, my wife probably does not care one way or the other, but I like it. You got to do things to it. You got to modify everything. You got to get rid of the OEM look, make it look different than all the other ones on the street. Well, I mean, a majority of them. A lot of people do black out their stuff like that, but I feel like a majority of the cars you see on the road are kind of just OEM stuff. So you got to do a little bit more, put your own kind of flair on it, add your own kind of touches, and make it your own. Okay, now here comes the sketchy part, I feel like. And here we go. I'm just gonna, I don't think I need to take these off, but I'm gonna do it anyway because why not? Oh, now I'm into the tire. No. Let me get at least some of it loose. There we go. Break this one free. Break this one free. Like I said, I don't think I need to take these out of here, but it doesn't hurt me to do it. It's just a couple seconds. 3 bolts. No big deal. All right. Is this thing seriously not the same size? Oh, that is a small one. Huh. Well, look at that. I guess I could go through on the bottom and undo all these Torx under here. There are quite a few of them to get the bumper off. But first, we got a T25, and then this one is a freaking T20. All right. I would love to get rid of this silver trim piece right here too. I'll probably end up wrapping it, but I'm gonna look and see if I can find one that is black. It'll probably be outrageous, so wrapping it is probably gonna be the way we're gonna go, but we'll look into it and see. This makes me so nervous. There we go. All right, we'll pull this up and around. There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. And we're around. All right, now there's a Torx right here for the bumper. So I went ahead and did it on the other side so I could get my bearings, but there's a plastic clip up in here that holds the bumper on. This one was like really hard to get out on the other side over there. Kept wrestling with it, but it's a simpler clip than I originally thought it was. There we go. These plastic tools I have are not the strongest thing in the world, and they freaking flex. If you had a like screwdriver type style one that has a metal handle, it'd be a lot stronger and a lot easier to get this out of here without it flexing so much. I'm just kind of wiggling it back and forth, and it seems to be working. It's getting out of there. I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm kind of pulling down as I'm wiggling. Yep, there it is, I think. Oh yeah, that was a lot of progress. Okay, we'll just keep vibrating it here. There it is. Boom. That was much easier than the other side, I must say. Anyway, moving on. I'm gonna put out a blankie to catch this big boy. Now we just push and out it comes. Now, we don't want to scratch the headlights. That would be really unfortunate. There we go. Off it comes. Pretty please. Should I have taken off the other Torx bits down there? I think I should have. Yes, I should have. There are 2 rows of Torx bits down there. I took off the silver row on mine. I'm not sure if yours will be silver or not, but I took off the silver row, and I think I needed to take off the black row, so I'm gonna take this part of the under tray off as well. Oh yeah. Ew, look at the shit under there, leaves and whatnot. I gotta unplug the sensors on this side. Super easy, one plug. And there we go. Bumper is off. Okay, now that the bumper is off, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the fog light sections first. We'll get that knocked out and then we'll do the larger piece here in the front here. But yeah, take one last look at the silver nonsense. Gonna be looking much, much sweeter here soon. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm gonna take off this part right here. Just push these little tabs right here and this thing should pop right out. Hopefully we don't mess anything up on the way out. Put you guys on the tripod and yeah, push. There we go, push. Just little tabs all the way around and they pretty easy to push from this side. And there we go. Boom, that part is out. That one went as easy as the other side. I went ahead and took that side out a minute ago off camera so I could see and get comfortable what I'm doing. And then, so now we can go ahead and pop in those black panels into this little area right here in the corners of the bumper. I keep calling them fog lights, but they're not. They're more like air ducts because they go to these coolers here on the side. Hopefully everything goes in smoothly. But first things first, this little black piece right here that come with the kit, that goes right about here. We'll line it up and get it in there properly. It should go a little something like that. Grab our hardware. My head's probably in the way, but just give me a sec. And there that is. Doink. And all right, now we will lock this down. All right, now we're ready to pop on the black piece right here. This thing looks super good. Hopefully this thing clips in like it should. All right, I'm gonna clean this actually really quick before I do this. It might not matter, but I just feel like how's anything supposed to slide in there when it's all dirty as such? Okay, let's try to get this in there. Here's right here. That slides in. Huh, that went in fairly easy. I don't know if I trust that or not. Well, let's move on to the other side then. There's more. That already looks a million times better. Okay, so this side is pissing me off like no other. So I'm gonna hold off on this for a second before I mess something else up. And we're just gonna go on to the grill here because we had 2 of these panels because they sent us an incomplete package the first time. And I already broke off one of the tabs on this one trying to force it in. It just will not go in this corner down here. I don't know what the deal is, but it will not click in there. It clicks in and then it pops out. There's something in a bind somewhere. I'm not sure where I'm getting it at, but like this side over here popped right in. And I was like, that seemed a little too easy. But of course, this side here, we're having all the struggles on this side. So I'm gonna take a break because we just broke this piece and I'm gonna move on to the grill and install that instead. So there are a lot of Torx heads on this side. So I'm gonna go through, take off all those, and I will jump back. I won't make you guys watch all that, but there are, I don't know, probably 20 of those little Torx screws, but yeah. All right, well the grill just pops right out, and then there's a back piece that has the harness attached to it. So I'm gonna pop off the harness. Let me get this out of the way. That's out of the way. Now I need my little flathead, and some of them just pop right off, but some of them are on there pretty good. So I'm gonna pry off the harness. They just slide on, but some of them got some teeth. Ow! I love how it's just one harness for the whole bumper. I will say that. That is super, super handy. Just gotta pry under it and then walk it off, because it does have some metal teeth under it. There were some in the middle that just slid right off. I don't know what that was all about. Oh, that was a close one. I don't want to end up with a screwdriver to the face, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to get that done today. There we go. All right. All right, here it is, all bare. That side there still pisses me off. We'll go over here to this side. There we go. That looks good. That looks real good. Now let's go get the fancy grill. Now here comes the fun part. Now this is my second grill. This was also an ordeal. I ordered one grill from a company and it came damaged, and they didn't want to do an exchange or return, nothing like that. So I had to pay to send that thing back. And I ordered this thing from eBay because, let's be honest, they're all the same thing. I just tried to support the company, but that turned out to be not the greatest experience. But this thing came perfect and it looks so good. I already have the black Audi logos in there. Oh, let's pop this thing on. Oh my word. So this thing legitimately just pops in there, follows the little guides it's got, little screw holes line up. We'll put some of those Torx bits back in here and shoot. This thing goes on pretty smooth. That's unfortunate. I do have gray sensors. What? What's happening? Guess they didn't drill those holes out. Now, let's lock these down by hand. There's a couple of them, like I said, on here that does not, there's no bolt hole. I'm assuming those weren't threaded. Oh yeah, there's not even a hole there. That's funny. Anyway, that's really the only issue that I see. I don't want to get this thing too tight and end up stripping out the plastic. It's like, how tight is tight, you know what I mean? You definitely don't want it to be tight until it's loose, you know? Those are good. Should be solid enough. Let's grab the sensors off of there and put those in. Oh my word. Yes, that is the move. Oh, that looks so good. I think I'm gonna try to pop on the front bumper, and then I'll have more support to push in on that passenger side fog vent area thing there, and maybe that'll pop it in place. Because otherwise, I'm not sure. Like I just cannot. I pushed and pushed and pushed, and it will not go in. I don't know what I'm doing wrong because the driver's side went in like it was nothing. So I'm gonna put the bumper back on, I think, and then we'll see if we can just push it in that way, because it'll be more rigid. It'll be more like mounted, I guess. And so maybe it'll I'll have enough leverage to do it. So we're gonna try that and see what happens. I didn't film it because I didn't think it worked, but that shit actually worked. Got the bumper in there and that thing clicked right in. It did take quite a bit more pushing than the other side, but we did get it lined up properly and everything is clicked in there now. It didn't pop out on the edge like it was doing before. So I guess if you're having trouble putting one of these things on, put the bumper back on and you should be able to pop that thing in there. At least I was, and daggone. That is the shot right there. That is so much better. Oh, I love how that looks. No more silver. Gotta get rid of this thing though. I tried popping it out while the bumper was off, but there's a lot of clips on there and I didn't want to break it, so I'll do that at some point. But whew, let's get this thing buttoned back up. We'll put the bumper all the way back on and we'll back the car out and we'll see how this thing looks outside. I'm not gonna bother doing the Quattro logo either. I'm not that big on the Quattro thing, and I really don't want to try to line up that because it's all individual pieces, and that's just too much. My OCD wouldn't allow there to be like a crooked letter anywhere, and so that would be way hard to do. So I'm not gonna put the Quattro stuff on there. I think it looks much more clean this way, and I think it looks better, honestly, because putting the Quattro back on there just means putting more silver on there. And so the whole point of this was to get rid of the silver. So ta-da. I'm going to pick up my tools. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put on the logo here. I was gonna save this for a different video because I have for the front and rear, but I had my wife made some custom purple SQ5 logos, and I think this looks sick. It's like 3D with like the purple behind it. So I think that's gonna look so good on the grill. Here, let's see. Where can we stick this jaunt? What do you think about right about there? Oh my word. I've talked about before, if you guys haven't been following along, which chances are you haven't been, I've talked about doing the theme on this car, and it's gonna be like a purple kind of theme. My wife likes purple, and so we're gonna do a lot of accent stuff in purple, and I think this is gonna really start to set things off. This is the first piece of the purple accent jazz, and I think this is going to be a great addition, and yes sir, it looks so good. Now we can take this thing out and see it in the daylight. Woo! Oh yeah, again, I cannot say how much better this looks. I hate the silver grills, and this thing Really, really came out nice. That purple logo, it's kind of hard to see the SQ5, which, you know, it's kind of ghosted in there, but you can look at it from here, see that purple in there. Looks super, super cool. Over. Overall, I would say the install went pretty good. We had that one issue on that one side, but putting the bumper on there really did make it go on there pretty easy, and it popped right in. So that helped us out a bunch, but it was just a lot of tedious stuff. Getting the car, taking apart, all the screws, all that kind of stuff. But overall, I love how this thing looks. I hated that silver grille, like I said. This new black grille makes it look more aggressive, looks more like sporty, all that kind of stuff. So love how it looks. Love that purple logo. It looks so sick. It does pop off quite a bit on that black, and I cannot wait to get the rest of the car blacked out. Like I said, we got a bunch of other stuff. This is stage one, and hopefully we can get the rest of that stuff knocked out here pretty soon. But yeah, if you got this far, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it very much as always. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about the grille, the logo, all that kind of stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye.